I believe between 1 to 2 weeks ago, I commented on a video of Ayn Rand being interviewed by Phil Donahue. And in the comment I posted, I said that Atlas Shrugged was boring. And I got one hell of a god-awful response to it. Here, let me read this real quick. It says, this guy, or is it Neo F, Your Business 47, basically said that, and I quote him directly, boring? Her novels do require some effort and concentration, something we've been conditioned not to have anymore. Most worthwhile things require some effort. After all, it's not just pure entertainment, it's intended to educate, and he capitalized the word educate also, end quote. You fucking asshole. Nowhere at this point did he say, no, well, he could have said, well, yeah. It was like, well, he could have said, well, something is boring. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was entertaining. You could have said that, but no, you had to say, well, it's intended, like, basically he told me I was too fucking stupid in order to understand the book. I perfectly understand the book. I got halfway through I pretty much made it all the way through the first third of the novel before I realized, yeah, I pretty much already know what the hell is going to happen. I mean, there's really no surprise to it. I got all the way up to the point where Danny, gets off of that boat when the train breaks down, and I think it was like heading toward Arizona or something. And well, basically, she rushes off to after she talked to the guy that used to work at the 20th Century Motor Factory. She, she's traveling on a train. Yeah, she's heading toward Utah because she's got that guy working at the University of Utah who's actually now the janitor, but he used to be like research assistant, and he's working on the fucking motor. And so her train breaks down, and so she hops off the train, runs off to an airfield, buys an airplane, and then flies off, and then actually discovers the new utopia, which all the super people have went to, and that's what I'm going to use to describe them as super people, because that's basically what they've been, like Nietzsche's idea of the Superman, all these titans of industry like Moses Midas and the guy Wyatt, the oil guy. And all these other people there who have like ran off to like this little valley up in Colorado to basically hide away and let the whole world grind to a halt. So, and I basically got to that point where I just basically put the book down and said, like, the hell with this. It's like, I already know what the hell is going to happen. I made it up there. I understand, basically the point that was made in the it is not like I didn't understand the book. I perfectly understood the point that Angelo De La Conda was trying to make in his big speech about money at the party. I read that, all 4 friggin' pages of it. I mean, good gravy. The book is still, I don't care if it was trying to tell, if it was everything she was trying to make was absolutely true. That just still doesn't distract from the fact that the book was boring. And you didn't have to be an asshole about it, but you were. Also, seriously, the preaching in the damn thing. I mean, the freaking Bible has less preaching in there than this book. And the Bible does a hell of a lot better job at it. Maybe she should pay a little bit more attention to religion instead of just bashing it and saying it's freaking superstition. But, the book was boring. It was boring. I already figured out all the main plot points. I mean, there was nothing really in there to keep me going as a reader. And I'm a very avid reader. I read a lot. I mean, I've got enough. I damn near have about 700 pounds worth of books. If you don't believe me, I can show you my damn household, the shipping bill for my household goods, where I shipped all this stuff over here from frickin', back to the States from frickin' Europe. It was like damn near 800 pounds. Most of it was books. So, yeah, it was extremely, extremely boring. The characters were flat. It's like I really had no interest in it. The side characters, they were inconsequential. It's like Danny Taggart's assistant was supposedly just to help Danny Taggart along. There was no backstory or briefing about him. The one person I actually felt sympathy toward, the one person I actually felt kind of bad for. Yeah, I'm going to get some comments about this one, but here it is, Danny Taggart's brother. Yeah. I felt bad for that guy. I mean, here he is. I mean, he's not one of the supermen, but he owns the company. And it's like the fact that that his sister is pretty much a colossal bitch. Yeah, that's what his sister is. She's a bitch, and that kind of gets on his nerves. Like the fact that he owns the company. Like he should have some form of respect whatsoever because he's the president of the damn company, and here's his sister always constantly bailing him out and talking down to him. There's absolutely no family love in this whatsoever. And I thought that was a little bit shocking. I mean, it was like I used to get in fights with like I have brothers. I used to get in fights with them all the time when I was growing up. But I'm now 31 years old. It was like all that crap is down under the bridge and way down the river. I could care less about that crap. All this stuff. Yeah, that and the looters. Yeah, the fucking looters. Why the hell are they made out to be such incompetent boobs? I mean, seriously, you don't have smart people working for the government? I work for the government. I think I'm pretty damn smart. But I'm not taking that as an insult to me. But I'm just taking that as like, like she really doesn't mention anybody in the military, any geniuses in the military. Like I made it that far through the book, and I never seen this guy John go after going out and recruiting like generals and admirals and like Air Force pilots. I mean, it takes say whatever you want about Rick Perry or George W. Bush. It takes a little. I don't know how to fly an airplane, but like the looters. I mean, obviously they must have been doing something right because otherwise, by that point in the book, they were pretty much running the entire company, the entire country. Like they pretty much had every major business on their beck and call, and like all these like supermen are being screwed over by the looters, and the looters are constantly made out to be incompetent boobs. You don't get to that position without actually knowing what the hell you're doing once in a while. So the book's boring. There's no redeeming characteristic whatsoever. Another example. Oh, frickin' Reardon's wife made out to be a total colossal bitch. Why does that have to happen? Oh yeah, Reardon has an affair with Taggart. So of course his wife has to be a colossal bitch. Otherwise we'll think that Reardon is a complete asshole for leaving his wife for Taggart. His mom is made out to be a colossal bitch. I mean, like I don't know. I mean, if I was a self-made successful person, if I owned a steel industry, especially in this day and age, and came out with this new wonder metal that's supposed to do all these incredible things, I'm pretty sure my mom would actually pat me on the back, especially since I got her in a freaking mansion down the street from the steel mill. I'm pretty darn sure she would actually say, you know what, I may disagree with you with how you run your business, but you did a pretty good job being a successful thing about that. You're doing pretty good. Reardon's brother is also made out to be an asshole because, of course, Reardon's brother is one of these looters. None of these people who disagree with the philosophy is actually made out as well. The person is caring and passionate, but they just fundamentally disagree with the person. That I also think is a little off-putting because